Good morning, my fellow gardeners. This is Gardening with Mel, and I just wanted to show you my little small herb garden that I have. And I got a few things growing in here. Over here to the left, this is my basil. And right behind there, it's already bolted, but I had some cilantro growing there. And as you get in a little closer, you can see that they have gone to seed. And those little pods that are there, those little circle pods, those are going to be coriander seeds. So I can take those once they brown up a little bit. As you can see, there's some here that have already turned brown. I can take those and save them for the next growing season. And that's for the cilantro. And this plant that I have here, this is called a culantro plant, which is very similar to the coriander or the cilantro, but it just has a more pungent flavoring and taste, and it's used in a lot of Hispanic dishes. And I just wanted to show you that some of it is trying to flower, which means it's going to seed. Now, if you want the plant to produce more leaves, which is what you use for cooking, you pinch off the flower heads, and I'll just show you how to do that. If you see little flower heads, you go ahead and pinch those off, and that will slow the growth and encourage more leaf growth. So you just pinch off those little flowers as you see them trying to form. Pulling off a few more here because I don't want it to quite flower up and die back just yet, because I do want to continue to harvest more leaves for cooking. Okay, and the next plant here is my parsley plant that it's pretty much done its course. It could be flowering, it's just dying back a little bit. And I'm just going to trim back the dead leaves on the bottom, and then I'm going to harvest some of the rest of the parsley leaves, and maybe we're going to dry those out and use that for seasoning as well. We also have oregano. This is my oregano plant, and as you see, it's also flowering, or it's going to seed. So we're going to cut some of that back and dry some of that out as well. And then I also have a sage plant, and that's also used in cooking. It's a nice herb to have in your garden. And I'm also going to trim some of that back today and use that and dry some of that out as well. Then we also have here is my rosemary. And I've had that for a while. It actually survived the Texas freeze that we have. And then back here I have some lemon thyme that we have back there. So that's what we have here. So today I'm going to cut back some, and I'm going to show you how to dry out some of the herbs that I have. I'm going to dry out the oregano, the sage, rosemary, and some of the thyme. And I'll show you how to do that next. Okay, so now we're going to dry out our sage, or this is actually rosemary. And I'm going to show you how to tie it off and hang it to dry, so that way you can have some dried oregano or whatever dried herbs you would like to use in your cooking dishes. So what I have done is I have pre-cut some like macrame wire or string to about 24 inches in length, and I just want to kind of show you that. And the way to tie it off is you want to first lay down the string right at the end, and then you're going to lay your herb right on top of the string, so that way you can grasp all of the branches or stems from the string. And then we're just going to take it and tie it off really tight. I'm trying to do this to where you can actually see it. And then we're just going to do another knot to make sure it is secure. And you can cut off any excess string if you have any, if you just want that look. Because now you're going to go ahead and hang this piece either in, you know, just kind of hang it in a place on a wall or in a pantry. Just kind of hang it there and just let it dry, let it take its course. And it's just going to hang like this on the string. Okay, so that's one of them. Then I'm going to show you what it kind of looks like when we have it hung up. And it kind of looks nice when you also hang them up as well. Okay, so that's how you tie off rosemary. Now we're going to do the same for our oregano sprigs. Okay, so you're just going to take that. I already have my string ready. Lay the herb right on top of that string, and then we're going to tie it off in a nice knot. And we're going to leave that to dry as well. We're going to go ahead and do the same for our lemon thyme. You see that sprig there? And we're going to try to gather all these pieces because they're kind of small pieces. It kind of came loose, so you want to try to get those all gathered as much as you can at the base, and then lay it on top of the string. Try to knot that off. Catch all those pieces. Once we get it, draw it tight. Here we have our lemon thyme ready to hang to dry. We're going to do our sage, tying that off. I'm going to gather all those branches together and then lay it right on top of that string. Once you gather it, you go ahead and tie that off as well. So there you have our sage ready to hang. And we have some curly leaf parsley. And we're going to dry that as well with our last strand of string. Put the string down first. And we're going to go ahead and tie that off as well. You guys kind of get the idea by now. This is 5 different times. So there you have your parsley ready to hang and dry as well.